So the hips are known as the emotional junk drawer. So what we don't deal with, what we haven't fully digested or processed, kind of stores in this general area. So if you're someone who struggles a little bit with low back discomfort, tight hips, tight hamstrings, this practice is going to be amazing for you. And it will allow you to come out of it feeling freer and maybe even having subconsciously or consciously processed some of these emotions that are sticking within. So let's just begin by letting the feet come to a comfortable standing position. So I'm choosing today to let my big toes connect, but if for you, you would like to have your feet hip width apart, then come to that. Just really honoring what feels right for your body today and in this moment. And then invite your eyes to close. And if you're a female, bring your left hand onto the center of your chest. If you're a male, bring your right hand. And then bring the other hand to place on top of there. And let's just close the eyes for a moment and just tune in. Just allow the breath to inhale and exhale and just come to notice just how you're feeling right here in this moment. How you're feeling physically, how you're feeling mentally, and how you're feeling emotionally. Just allow your inhale to be as long as it can be and allow your exhale to be as full and long as it can be. As you just tune in and receive whatever it is you're feeling in this moment with complete acceptance. Releasing any judgments or expectations and just be in acceptance. Allowing yourself to just deepen a little more into the present moment. And then come to think of one word, or maybe two, that really capture the essence of what you would like from this time. What do you want this practice to invite for you? And then come to the words, I am, and then whatever that is. If the word doesn't come to mind right away, then perhaps the word, I am peace, or I am present, would be a word that you'd like to take in. Repeating your word 3 times. And then allowing the palms now to come down by your sides. Let the palms open up forward. And then as you inhale, sweep the arms up. Look up beyond those fingertips. And then exhale. Let the knees soften gently as you come down with a flat back all the way into a forward fold. Take a moment here now to bring the hands onto the shins or fingertips on the floor. Depends on your flexibility. And inhale halfway up. And exhale, deepen into a forward fold. And then with that beautiful long flat back, inhale, sweep the arms, big circle around as you come all the way back up. We're going to do another half sun salutation here. Exhale, same thing, swan dive forward, nice flat back, brings you into a forward fold. Fingertips in a place that feels best for you as you invite the spine now to come parallel to the floor, inhaling there. Exhale, deepen a little further into your forward fold. And then inhale, nice wide circle as you reverse swan dive all the way up. And last time, exhale, come to fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, deepen into the forward fold. Take a moment here to hold. We're going to let our inhale lift the sit bones a little higher up to the sky. And let our exhale hollow out the low belly and deepen the crown of the head a little more toward the floor. Inhale, sit bones lift up to the sky. These are micro movements, but they help us deepen here. Exhale, hollow out the low belly. Head reaches to the crown of the head reaches to the floor. Okay, then fingertips back onto shins or the floor. Inhale, spine parallel to the floor. Exhale, exhale, deepen back into that forward fold. And then inhale, lift and reach all the way up. Exhale, now we're going to let our hands come to the back of the body. We're going to clasp our fingers right into the webbing. And then we're going to let the heel of the hands connect. And then from there, come to extend the elbows. So just taking a moment here to also open up across the chest. Just to relax the shoulders down. And now to deepen this chest stretch, we're going to bring this into a forward fold. So we're going to take an inhale, nice long spine. And with the exhale, we're going to let the arms lift off the back. And we're going to come right into a forward fold. So as you deepen into your forward fold, if it feels better for you to release the heels of the hands and let the heels of the hands open to deepen into the chest stretch a little more, then do so. But if it's feeling better for you to let the heels of the hands stay connected and open the chest that way, then do that. Really letting your breath guide you here, your body guide you. So you are your best teacher and I'm just here as a guide. Okay, now we're going to release those hands down, inhale into our halfway up. And then with the exhale, we're going to plant the hands on the ground and we're going to let our left leg step all the way back to the back of the mat. So we're going to begin in a high lunge position, so back knee lifted off the ground, really nice and strong, and then inhale. Open up through the fingertips, reaching up to the sky. Let the heart be the extension of those fingertips, offering it up to the sky. Really strong through that back leg. Stay with your breath. And then from here, staying with the strength, be aware of the strength inside your belly. Very slowly let your back knee soften down. Let your weight stay forward and down as from the belly button up, you're lifting up and back. Now to deepen this awareness into the hips, let's now release the shoulders a little bit here by letting the arms soften down. And let's bring the hands now to the back, low back. So you're just supporting your low back, just gently maybe pressing forward a little bit more as you open up through the chest. Stay with that breath. Long inhale and fully complete exhale. Nice. And then from here, we're going to let the hands come down to the floor. And we're going to come to straighten out this right leg. Bring the right toes towards your face. And then if it feels like there's room, let your right heels shimmy forward slightly. The alignment we're going for here is to have this left hip over top of that left knee. You're having your right toes pulled towards your face, and then you're just going to soften yourself over this extended right leg. The knee may be straight or it may be bent slightly. It really depends on your hamstrings. You just breathe and honor what's going on for your body. Just let the layers of tension just melt away. Mindful not to let that tension transfer into the jaw, into the tongue, into the shoulders. Just let it completely soften from the body. Nice. Now we're going to inhale, bring this weight back forward into the right foot. Curl those left toes, hands nice and strong, wrists beneath the shoulders, and then we're going to step this right foot back, coming into plank pose. Really feel strong in the body. Ignite a little bit of heat in the belly here by pulling belly in towards the spine. Nice, and then letting the belly be the flight gear to lift the hips up and back, coming in to your downward dog. Stay breathing here for a couple breaths. Beautiful. Then from here, we're going to now invite this left foot to step all the way to the hands. So letting it come all the way forward. If it doesn't get there on its own, please take the left hand behind the shin and help it get all the way forward to the hands. We're nice and strong in our legs, and then we use sensing the belly strength lift and reach, opening up. Feel nice and strong in the legs. Open from the chest through to the fingertips. Feeling strong here as you release and start to let go through the hips. Now, very slowly letting that back knee soften down towards the earth. Letting the weight stay forward and down. Letting the heart open up. Now releasing the work from the shoulders, come to bring the hands down once again. Letting the palms come to the back. So just gently pressing on the low back, giving it some support to open the chest from here. And also just a gentle bit of weight to let the hips come forward and down. Stay breathing. And just let the tension just melt away. Beautiful. And then from here, let the palms come down. And then we're going to start to let the hips come back once again. This time we're ensuring that that right hip stays stacked over that right knee. The left toes come towards the face and shimmy that heel forward as much as you need to ensure that that right hip stays over the right knee, and just to invite the appropriate length for your body into the back of that left leg. Let your head relax. Although the head is relaxed, we're continuing to lift the heart forward towards the left toes, and the left toes towards the heart. As we release the hips, as we release the hamstrings, it's really common to start to clench through the jaw, to feel tension in the tongue, in the tops of the shoulders. Just let everything soften away with each breath. Beautiful, and inhale. Let your weight come back forward into that left leg. Flip through those right toes. Step back into another plank pose. Breathing strong here. Nice, and then hips lift up and back once again, coming into downward dog. Downward dog, we're really lifting from the low belly. We're really lifting the hips up and away from the hands. This lifting motion allows us to feel lengthening through the spine and through the backs of the legs. Okay, so now we're going to come into a really yummy hip opener. We're going to bring now with the next inhale our right knee forward towards the right wrist. Really be sure that it's coming toward the right wrist. So not forward, it really points out to the right side. And then from here, we're just going to notice what's happening with the back leg. Maybe walk that back knee back a little bit and point the toes directly behind you. Watch if this left leg is a little too far over to the left, walk it back to center a little bit more. So if the knee is hurting you in any way at this moment, please just let your right hip come onto the ground. From wherever you are, whether the hip is slightly lifted or whether the hip is on the ground, walk your hands back as much as you can. Maybe even, it's nice sometimes to let the right hand come onto that thigh and help it externally rotate. This helps to open the hip a little bit. So really letting the heart lift up, feeling perhaps a little bit of a gentle compression through that low back, which just brings a bit of a compression to the adrenal glands and the kidneys, the space that works so hard for us when we're metabolizing stress and overwhelm, anxiety. Just stay open for another 2 breaths. Nice, and then allowing the body to come into reclining pigeon. So just let the elbows soften down, and this may be where you want to be. But if it feels okay to let the elbows open a little wider and let the head come onto the stacked hands, then maybe that's a good place to be. Or if you'd like to extend the arms forward and let the forehead soften right down onto the floor. then perhaps that's a good place for you to be. Really honor what feels best for your body.
And just allow yourself to breathe. This is another one of those poses where you're going to start to possibly feel some tension through the jaw, through the mouth and the upper shoulders. Just allow those spaces to soften, releasing the emotional stuff and releasing all those emotions that are wanting to release up and out now. Just letting it come up and out, not collecting in a new space in the body.
Beautiful. Inhale, coming up now back into our king pigeon. Let's come onto that right hip if we aren't already there. And we're going to swing that left leg around. Keep the right leg closer. The left leg's going to cross right in front. We're coming to a simple cross-legged pose. Hands are going to come onto the knees. We're going to lengthen up with the spine. And then as we exhale, we're going to keep that long spine as we reach forward. Once we're as far forward as feels good for our body, then we're going to let the head come into it
and totally round into this forward fold. Just let the neck really soften here. So energetically, the throat and neck area is married to the low back and the hips. And so often when we come into forward folds like this and we keep the head up like this, we're preventing ourselves from fully relaxing because this space will take some of the tension. So when we release both spaces, all of a sudden we give permission for whatever it may be storing in the body to just soften completely away. Just let it drip away with each breath. Staying with the breath. Breathing a bit more toward the back body since you're in this forward fold. So letting the back rise and fall.
And then inhale, lifting up. Since we're already in a pretty good place to come to pigeon on the other side, we're just going to let this left knee stay forward. So pointing towards the left side of our mat, and the right leg is going to swing back around. So just noticing what's going on here with this right leg. Let it be pointing towards the back of your mat, a little bit more towards center. And just be mindful of what's happening in this left knee. If the left knee is feeling uncomfortable in any way in this pose, then just let the left hip come onto the ground as you move through this. And then let's walk the hands back, coming into king pigeon, really opening up, bringing that gentle compression to the kidneys and adrenals once again. Just letting your body breathe. Each breath just invites newness to come in, and each exhale just invites whatever's not serving you to release out. So here, just come back to I am as you inhale, and then as you exhale, whatever that word was that you connected to at the beginning of the class. And then from here, we're going to come into reclining pigeon. So again, just find the reclining pigeon that works for you. Elbows soften onto the ground. Looks like my indie girl wants to join us here. Or letting your forearms become the pillow for your forehead. Or if you'd like, extend the arms forward and let the forehead soften down. Wherever you are, breathing nice deep breath. Just ensuring that any tension that's releasing from the hip does not stay collected in the jaw, the tongue, or the tops of the shoulders. Just letting inhale, I am, and exhale, whatever your word was. Maybe even exhaling out of the mouth as you inhale through the nose and exhale out of the mouth. That's a really beautiful way to release tension that's storing in the lower part of the body. Beautiful way to just energetically let it release up and out. Wonderful. Now inhale, coming up, back into our king pigeon, softening onto that left hip. Now we're going to swing the right leg around. So the left leg staying closer, the right leg is crossing in front. This may or may not be your most comfortable cross-legged position, but we're just stretching both sides evenly, hands onto knees, inhale. And then with that beautiful flat back, come forward as much as you can. Then when you have reached your maximum in the lengthened spine, then round it all out and soften into a cross-legged forward fold. Just letting the whole back body soften tension away. Staying with that I am with every inhale. And every exhale being whatever that word is. Nice. And then inhale, lifting up, back into a straight spine. And let's turn around now and invite the body to come into a final rest. So just find a way to lie comfortably on your mat. Just allowing the feet to open nice and wide. This helps to release the low back. And letting the palms come down by your sides, palms facing up. If the low back's having trouble relaxing here, especially after releasing so much through the hips and hamstrings, then it may be helpful simply to place a pillow or two beneath the thighs. This is a really beautiful way just to be in this pose without the low back feeling like it can't soften. So, and then just coming here to rest. So this pose is the most important pose of your whole practice. This is Shavasana, the time to digest and integrate all the deeper healing benefits that these physical postures have brought for you today. So just allow the whole body to just be still here. Just letting the head soften a little more towards the floor. And the right shoulder blade and left shoulder blade. The right arm and the left arm. The right hand and the left hand. Letting the whole spine soften into the support of the earth. And the right hip and the left hip. The whole pelvis. And the right leg and the left leg. The right heel and the left heel. The whole body relax here. Letting the whole body relax. Feeling the whole body relax. So without moving, just come back into your mind with the words I am as you inhale. Whatever whatever word that you've been working with as you exhale. I am as you inhale. And whatever that word is as you exhale. Last time. And then from here, very slowly bring movement back into the hands and the feet. And come to make your way over onto that right side. Let the right arm reach overhead as you come to the right so that the right arm can be a pillow for your head as you come over to that right side. And then from here, just pressing in to the floor with the left hand to help you come back up. And find a simple seated pose once again. And just take a moment here to once again bring the left hand or right hand first, depending if you're male or female. Female left hand, male right hand onto the heart, and then let the other hand come to touch the top of that hand. Just come to tune in to you, how you're feeling in this moment in time. And just give full permission to just be exactly as you are. And then coming to bring that word in mind of the state that you wanted or the thing you wanted by way of this practice. And repeating that word again, or maybe another word comes to mind of something you would like as you move beyond your time here on your mat. So 3 times, once again, I am, and whatever word would suit you best. And thank you so much for your trust and for joining me today. Wishing you a most beautiful and magical day. Namaste.